How I grew my arms by 7 inches fast. Let's go.
Here's a picture of me 3 years ago, back when I had stick for arms, and here's a picture of my arms right now. I went from having skinny 10-inch arms to now having 17.5-inch arms in less than 3 years. And I already know what you're gonna say. No, it's not because of a syringe.
Sure, buddy.
So in today's video, I'm gonna go over the exact workouts that helped me add over 7 inches to my arms fast.
Wow.
What do you guys think, bro? Is Hussein natural or non-natural? What do you think?
It's crazy.
So that you can start getting compliments like these too.
I mean, you look natural, so it's like...
Now before I go over the exact exercises that I do for my training, it's important to know how many times I train my arms every single week. I'm currently training 6 days a week and my split looks something like this. So I usually like to start my week, which is usually on Monday, by doing chest, shoulders, and biceps. And then after that on Tuesday, I would usually do legs and abs. And then on Wednesday, I would usually do back and triceps. And then I would rest on Thursday, and then for the next 3 days, I would just do it again. Now you might be wondering, why is he training biceps with chest and triceps with back? Reason number one is because doing that way allows me to train both my bicep and my tricep with maximum intensity. Basically, when I train my chest, my biceps are completely fresh, so I can really focus on training them hard.
This is actually a good tip. I've been following this every single workout. I train first on Monday with chest, shoulders, and biceps, and then for pull day it is back and triceps. I still say it's push-pull legs, but it's really not. But like the main muscles are still like pushing and pulling and all that stuff, right? But I also did the same with my deltoids. Okay, so if I'm emphasizing the side delts with like lateral raises, I do that on my pull day instead of my push day. And then with rear delts, I do that on my push day instead of my pull day, because you're already working your rear delts when you're doing like pulling movements like with rows or something, right? That already works your rear delts, so you want to have them fresh. So do those, switch those up as well. Like I know most people don't know like that you should like switch like your arm training and spread it. I mean, like switch it between like your push and pull day, but you should also switch those too. So that was a tip that I got. I think it was from Hussein actually, but I'm pretty sure like, I don't know, like the most like advanced lifters on YouTube giving tips, they probably know this.
If I train chest with triceps, my triceps will already be exhausted from all the pressing movements, which limits how much I can actually train them. And on my back and tricep day, it's pretty much the same idea. And what I like to do to make sure my bicep and my tricep are recovering before hitting them again, I like to put a leg day in between my chest and bicep day and my back and tricep day. This way they have enough time to recover before I destroy them again. And reason number two of why I train them this way is a lot more simple. It's just because the pumps.
I don't do the leg day in between though. I could not do that. I can't, bro. Like I can't go in from a chest workout into a leg day, bro. It's just impossible for me, bro. Like I'm always gonna be used to the PPO. I hit upper lower before, that was good. Okay, like, but that was when like I actually hit everything. But I can't just not hit back. I can't, bro. Like I'm a gym bro, like I can't do that.
Are absolutely amazing. Whenever I have a chest pump,
that's probably why I have small legs.
Also have a bicep bump, which is sick from the front, and whenever I'm doing back and triceps, I have a sick bump from the back. So it just looks sick whenever you're training them. But yeah, now that you know my exact workout split, we can get into the fun part, the exercises. This arm guide is going to be split up into 3 different parts: the biceps, the triceps, and last part that a lot of people forget about, the forearms. Let's jump in. We'll start with probably my favorite muscle to train, the biceps. Now it's important to note that the biceps are made up of 2 different parts: the short head and the long head. And of course, both of these parts are going to be engaged with whatever bicep exercise you're doing. But what I noticed with time is that combining different exercises that have an emphasis on each head is the key to getting the best results possible. If you look at a regular standing dumbbell curl, for example, you'll see that the movement is most challenging in the middle of the range around this point right here. However, it's been shown that to get the best possible results, it's better to pick an exercise that targets the biceps when they're in their stretch position near the bottom of the movement, which is why my go-to exercise to target the short head and get that bicep peak for the last year has been the machine preacher curl. And also because my coaching clients have been seeing crazy results.
that is a good exercise, but I think I did like the cable curl more. I do preacher curls. I'll get into that in a second, but I do like doing cable curls more because I mean at first like I used to like doing regular dumbbell curls and I liked them a lot, but then I realized like, oh yeah, I'm training like a bodybuilder now. So like I kind of need to like emphasize the stretch, like the bottom and stuff. And I don't know, the cable girl like still felt like the same for me. And you know, just like seeing you like full stacking or you know like something like that, because like I have like pretty strong biceps, but I don't know, I just switched to the cable girl instead of that because I did the machine one and I don't know, it just feels like kind of weird. Like I get this like tingly feeling at the bottom and it's just like not what I want to feel when I'm like going to failure. So I mean, honestly, just do whatever is comfortable for you. But I prefer the cable curl instead of that.
With them too. But here's how I like to do them. I adjust the bench so that the pad supports my whole tricep, then I curl up and pause at the top for 1 to 2 seconds. Then I lower the weight slowly to feel the stretch, and I like to pause at the lowest point for around slowly, 1 to 2 seconds as well. And usually I like to aim for 8 to 12 reps per set. And of course,
man, bro, you're never gonna get big arms if you do 8 to 12. See, like people watch this guy and they think, oh yeah, he's so big, he's gonna give the best tips. No, that is not good, bro. You don't do 8 to 12. You do 3 to 5. And y'all might be thinking, why the fuck are you doing 3 to 5? Because low volume, high intensity. Low volume meaning low sets. So I do like 2 sets. High intensity meaning till failure every single set. And I do 3 to 5 rep range, maybe 3 to 6. I don't know. But for a person that has a low intention span, it's easy to count. It's heavier, so you look stronger, and it's just proven to work. I mean, hey, you could do 8 to 12 method, but like if you're trying to go till failure fast and still see the same results, it's just easier to lift heavier, bro. Just lift heavier. It's not ego lifting. It isn't ego lifting, bro. It's not ego lifting. You are just training with more like weight and going till failure with a shorter amount of reps. It saves you more time because you don't have to keep doing 8 to 12 and counting that high. Like it's just annoying for people who have like low attention spans and you're like, oh, what rep am I on? Oh, might as well just go to failure. But then you keep doing like 15, 20 reps a set and it's just so annoying. So I'd rather just make sure that I'm getting 3 to 5 because you could just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instead of, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just better. There's so many people that do this, say train heavy. It's like it's not ego lifting. You're just training heavy. Like you're lifting heavier, going to failure, and you're still getting the same results.
I go to failure every single set. Now we move on to the long head. What I've noticed is that most people usually go for incline dumbbell curls to target the long head, which isn't bad, but same as before, the movement is going to be the hardest in the middle of the range with dumbbells. So for even better results, I like to do this exercise with cables to make it harder in the stretch position at the bottom. I like to set the cable at the lowest point and attach a handle to it, and then I'll stand a few steps away and put my elbow slightly behind my body to fully stretch the long head. And then all I have to do from here is just curl the weight up while always keeping my elbows locked in place.
Bro, I swear, I feel like he got this exact script from like ChatGPT, bro. I mean, dude, like these aren't like bad tips for like, but like, dude, I mean that's not bad exercise. But like, honestly, you only really need like one bicep exercise for both of the heads, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it don't matter, bro. Like, you're just doing the same thing, bro. You're literally just doing the same thing, okay? Like, I'm a gym bro. I don't know the science behind it, but you're doing the same. Like, you don't need to train both of that. Any bicep exercise that emphasizes the stretch would train both of the heads, okay? And, but if you're training your forearms or like if you're training your brachialis, then that's when I do a different exercise for that. That's a different bicep exercise there. That's like controls like your bicep width and it gives you a good like it gives you better forearms as well. It gives you I don't know, bro. But like yeah.
I squeeze for 1 to 2 seconds at the top and then control the weight down. And same as before, I like to do between 8 to 12 reps for this exercise, and as well, I go to failure.
Just like no way you're going to a failure 8 to 12 reps per set, bro. Just like come on, man. Come on.
on every single set. And yeah, that's basically all I do for my biceps. Now we move on to the triceps. I honestly don't really like to train them. I don't know why, I just hate it, but they do make 2/3 of my arm, which means I can't really neglect them if I want to grow my arms. So this is how I train them. The tricep has 3 parts: the long head, the lateral head, and the medial head. And of course, just like the bicep, whenever you're doing a tricep exercise, all 3 heads are going to be used. But same as the biceps, there's 2 exercises that I found that helped me the most over the past years, and I'll start with.
And exactly, like triceps are 2/3 of the arm, so like you really only need one bicep exercise that emphasizes the peak, and one exercise for the brachialis. That's really all you need. Okay, like you don't need to do 2 like supinated curl variations. Like whether your elbows are behind you or in front of you, it's still gonna do the same thing, dude. You really don't need it.
The one for the long head. The long head is the thick part of the.
This, however, is different. I think he's gonna like actually spread some truthful information here. I mean, everything he's saying is like truthful, but it's just not needed. You know what I'm saying? But like this, I think is needed because like triceps have been like proven to work like differently, like depending on what exercise you're doing. But like we'll see what he says.
Tricep, and to target it, you need to do exercises that fully stretch it, which means you need your arms over your head. And my favorite for this is the rope overhead cable tricep extension. It's a long ass name, but trust me, it works really well. So here's how I do it. So for this one, I like to set the cable at about waist height to not break my neck while I'm setting up the exercise. I just grab the rope, step forward to create a bit of tension on my tricep, and from here, I just extend the rope overhead while keeping my elbows.
Bro, look at the guy looking at the camera, dude. This is why I'm so scared to film at the gym. Like, I want to create videos where I'm working out and filming, but like, I don't know. I feel like I would need a bigger audience for that. Second, I'm scared because I hate like disturbing people. Like, that's like the one thing. Like, I would not want to be filmed at the gym. Like, I mean, I don't really care, but it's like why? You know what I mean?
Fix close to my head and pause at the top for 1 to 2
I don't know if that makes me a hypocrite.
seconds, and that's it. And exercise number 2 that I like to do for my tricep is the classic tricep row push down. And this exercise targets the lateral and medial head of your tricep, which is going to give your tricep that good horseshoe shape that everybody likes. But even though it's a classic, I've seen a ton of people do it wrong, so here's how I like to do it. So first things first, I like to put the cable at the highest level possible.
The only thing that you could really do wrong with a push down is jackhammering it down. Like, if you like, what you need to do is just set your elbows in place. Like, basically think like you're attaching them to the sides of your body, like attaching them to your like lats, and just push down from there. If you're like going down and then like ending up with like a fist and it's like you're punching your way down, that's like, that means you're doing it wrong. That means you're like, you need to keep your elbows tucked and just push down like that. No momentum, no nothing, and just slow and controlled, like everything. I keep telling everyone to go slow and controlled, but like no one understands what slow and controlled actually means. Slow and controlled.
I'm doing this exercise, I also like to take a step back from the cable. This way I have tension on the tricep in the stretch position. But yeah, when I'm in this position, I keep my elbows tucked close to my side.
And also, I don't really like the cable extension. I feel like I just don't have enough stability while doing it. So I like to do, like, if you have one of those cuffs, like those cuff attachments, I'll put one on screen. If you have one of those, use it to your advantage. It is the best thing you'll ever have, okay? Because with that point, you don't need to like grab on to anything, so your forearms don't have to do any work. And like, all you can focus on is just pushing down, and it makes you stronger too. It does make you stronger. Like, I compared it with the rope extension and the cuff attachment. The cuff attachment, so much better. It's so much better. I'm telling you right now. If you have one of those, like, I'm thinking about donating one to my school gym because they have nothing. So I need to get something for them and like future lifters out there. But yeah, that one cuff attachment, bro, it's so good. It's amazing.
Fixed throughout the whole movement.
But if you don't have that, just use like, I mean, if you don't have that, you can always do like this exercise, or like you don't even have to do it at all. You could just do like the overhead, and that's like still gonna work everything. But if you want to do this, I'd suggest going single armed, because then you can like hold the bar, hold the machine while you're doing it. Or, this is rare, but at my Planet Fitness, there's this one tricep machine that has like padding like against the machine, and you push down like this. That's really good. I'm doing that next time I'm there. It's really good.
And then I just extend my arms downwards in a slow controlled motion. And also when I get to the bottom, I like to pause for
just anything with stability. It's good for triceps. Like, you really need stability.
1 to 2 seconds to really feel the contraction, and then I can go back up controlling the weight slowly. I've seen a lot of people do this exercise, but the main problem I've noticed is that they don't keep their elbows in the same position, which means they're shifting the focus and the tension from their tricep over to their lats and essentially not doing the exercise right. So to get the best tension on the tricep, make sure you're keeping your elbows in the same position. And of course, I like to pause at the bottom just to feel the best contraction possible. And again, I like to do 8 to 12 reps on this.
Like, I don't understand how you do triceps without any attachment. Like, don't your arms, I mean, like, first of all, you have to grip it with your fists. And second, since there's no attachment, like, wouldn't you, like, slip? Or doesn't that just, like, hurt? Like, I swear, like, I just see that. And it's just, like...
Exercise as well. And you probably already know it by now. I go to failure on every single set. And now, last but not least, we have the forearms. Like I said in the beginning, a lot of people tend to overlook their forearms whenever they're training their arms, but trust me, it is essential. And yeah, they can be pretty tough to grow, but here's how I do them. So for the forearms, I like to do these 3 exercises, and the first one for the flexors is the wrist curl. This one honestly is pretty simple to do. You can either do it with a barbell, dumbbell, or even a cable. I like to do them with cables a lot, but for this example, I'm gonna use dumbbells. So the way to set it up is you get a bench, you just rest your forearms on a bench with your wrist hanging off the edge with the palms facing up, and all you have to do here is just slowly curl the weight up by flexing your wrist. And once you get to the top, same thing. I like to pause for 1 to 2 seconds.
Me and my friends were doing this at school. Like, I called them Sam Silly Curls, and they work, but they can hurt your wrist. They can. So just watch out for that. But they do work. Like, it's just something that you have to get, like, used to. You know, like, I can't really say anything that, like, helps prevent that pain, because, like, even if you do it with a cable, it's still gonna hurt your wrist because there's a lot of tension there, and that's just like how it's gonna feel. Like, nobody mentioned this, but it does hurt your wrist. So just I don't think it's really gonna, like, injure you, but it might feel a little weird, like, when you're doing it.
Seconds to really feel the contraction, and then lower it back down with control. I like to keep the movement slow for this one and also aim for 12 to 15 reps because
it's like one of those exercises, like, the more you do it, the more you get used to it. Like, it's not gonna injure you.
again, the weight aren't too heavy, so I like to go a bit higher with the reps on this one. Now, for the extensors, which are on the other side of the forearm, I like to do reverse wrist curls, which is exactly the same thing. You can either do them with a barbell, a dumbbell, or a cable. And here, you just want to do the opposite, right? You have a bench, you set up your forearms on the bench with your palm facing down, and all you have to do is extend your wrist upward, pause for 1 to 2 seconds, and then drop it back down while controlling the weight. Same thing, I like to do 12 to 15 reps on this one. Again,
see, I think higher reps here would be nice, specifically for this exercise, because if you're doing like too heavy a weight, it's definitely gonna be tough to like keep it balanced and steady. I mean, honestly, with any weight, but I don't know. I think still go heavy with like this exercise, because like the logic like still applies. Like forearms are an exercise to grow, and if you're not tracking your weight and progressive overloading, then you're not gonna grow it at all. But like specifically for the like forearm extension, I have a tough time like balancing the weight like with a dumbbell, and I can't carry it because like my thumb, I don't know, because when I grab it, like my fingers just like give out like way too early. And like I don't have really a better exercise for that. Maybe I'll try it with cables. I'll let y'all know. But
because the weight isn't too heavy. And now the last exercise is my favorite probably of all time. If you watch my videos, you've seen me do it thousands of times, which is the hammer curl. And this exercise is gonna build up the brachialis,
bro, I thought he was gonna say gooning,
which is a muscle that is in between the bicep and the tricep, and is going to give your arms that fuller, wider look. So essentially all you have to do for this one is grab the dumbbells with your palms facing each other and curl them up in a controlled motion. Always.
Now this is what I was going to talk about. If you remember earlier what I was saying, I do preacher curls. I do preacher hammer curls. You work the brachialis more if you emphasize the stretch on it, okay? It feels super good. It feels great. And I haven't been doing this exercise. I haven't been working on it. So the newbie gains are coming in quickly. Like I progressed on that bitch like so fast. Like it's not even.
Keep your elbows close to your body, exactly like you're doing for the other bicep exercises. And also focus on feeling the contraction. This is going to be crucial. And yeah, that's basically how I train my forearms. Now let's talk about something that doesn't get enough attention, and that is honestly more important than the workouts themselves, which is food, recovery, and supplements. As a natural, you need to make sure you're giving your body the recovery.
As a natural? Mm-hmm.
it needs to be able to grow. You know, training hard without proper recovery is, in my opinion, honestly, like revving your car while being on park. You know, you're doing something, but you're not really going anywhere, all right? So make sure you're sleeping at least 6 to 9 hours per night. That's the usual range that I recommend. But it also doesn't just stop at sleep, all right? You need to also make sure that your nutrition is on point because it really plays a big role. Your body obviously needs the right...
Yes, nutrition. Hey, as someone who's been like struggling to lose weight all their life, nutrition is like definitely the best thing. Because I'm pretty sure as long as you're hitting your protein goal, you're basically like automatically in a calorie deficit, bro. Because it just like takes more time for proteins to break down. So you're gonna feel fuller. And also chug water every morning. That's like another thing I love to do. Because that just keeps me satiated. Like I still haven't ate anything today. I've just been on water. It's amazing. And eat like a max like 3 meals a day. And you should be fine. Okay. And maybe take like walks or anything if you don't want to like work out. Just as long as you're keeping the body moving, eating right, I think you're gonna be fine. Yeah, nothing too crazy.
Fuel to be able to rebuild and grow from those workouts. So make sure you're eating enough calories and 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight to make sure you repair those muscles. Now for the fun part, supplements. When it comes to supplements, if you're a natural athlete like me, I definitely recommend you take creatine.
If you're a natural athlete like you.
And Turkmax. It's a natural supplement that is going to help you with muscle growth and recovery.
Honestly, you don't need any supplements. Creatine, I would say, is really good, but you don't need it. I honestly stopped taking it, and I haven't seen any decrease in strength or anything. Hey, if you're losing weight and you're on creatine, don't worry. It's just like the water. Like if you don't know how creatine works, it's just like puts a bunch of water in your body, specifically your muscles, to make them look fuller. And it also like increases strength and like recovery levels, which is what I like about it. So if you're gaining weight but you're still in a deficit, you're probably just gaining a lot of water weight. So don't worry about that. So that's why I'm saying to drink your water, because if you're on creatine, that's like kind of a good motivator to drink your water, because the more water you drink, the more fuller your muscles are gonna look. I mean, from bro to bro, get your water in, man.
And we also have a money back guarantee, so if you're not satisfied with the product, you can literally get your money back. And on top of that, you also get a $20 gift card. So yeah, if you want to try it out, you can use code Hussein at checkout, which is going to give you 15% off. I'll put the link in the bio. And that's it. That was my full guide on how to grow bigger arms fast. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe for more videos like this one. And also, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see next. Love y'all. Peace.
Honestly, this is a pretty good video, but the only thing wrong with it is how he trains. I mean, it's not necessarily wrong to do 8 to 12 reps, but I just don't like it. What I recommend is low volume, high intensity. So lower sets and higher weight. Lower sets, higher weight, which equals less reps in turn, but you're still getting the same results. Honestly, a W video. He kind of copied, and he's not natural. But other than that, it was a W video. Shout out to Hussein.